Today we're very pleased to announce the signing of Ben Pringle at Altrincham Football Club. Ben has played in 3 of the pre-season fixtures to date and has now signed for the club. Ben, welcome to Altrincham Football Club, and you played 3 games, so you've already got a chance to see how you feel about playing for Altrincham Football Club. How's it going?
Yeah, I feel like it's going well. I think we've started well. Obviously, the games, the first couple of games, it's about fitness. That's the main aim. But I've definitely seen some quality in the football that we've been playing. And
you're left-sided sort of player. How would you describe yourself as a footballer?
Very technical on the ball. I like to make things happen. Like you say, I've predominantly been out wide most of my career, but I can play in the centre as well, so I'm happy with both really. So either of those really, to be honest.
And how do you feel you'll fit into the system we play at Altrincham? It's generally been 4-2-3-1. It might be a little bit more flexible this season, but certainly we like to play football.
Yeah, I think that was the big positive for myself, that it was finding a team and a manager who believed in me in the way that I wanted to play. So like you say, obviously the team plays football. That's their style, is to keep possession and try and win football matches that way. So that was a massive plus for me.
And as well as the 3 games, you've had a weekend away, a team bonding session on Saturday night down in Essex. How did that go?
Yeah, it was great. Obviously, it was quite a long trip down there, and then to play the game. Obviously, we won 5-0. So, and obviously, being a new lad, it's good to chat to the other players who've been here and get to know them.
And you've had a really good career. The majority of your career has been in the Football League, but you started in non-league after being at West Brom initially.
Yeah, I dropped out of the game. Well, obviously got released from West Brom when I was quite young, so played a little bit of non-league football, and it was about working my way back up the ladder really. So yeah, it was an interesting time in my career, but a memorable one that I look back on.
And you were playing at Ilkeston and were spotted by Derby County, and that was a massive move for you.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shock, to be honest. I still, when people mention it now, it's still a surprise that it happened, to jump 8 leagues from Ilkeston to Derby's. Like I say, it doesn't happen every day. So yeah, it was out of the blue, but that's kind of what started my career.
Playing in the Championship for Derby County, such a massively famous club, must have been a fantastic experience.
Yeah, no, it was. Just the whole club, obviously the facilities, going from non-league, where you've got to really graft for everything that you get, to go into Derby, and a club like that, everything's not on a plate for you, but you've got no excuse to fail really with the facilities, the stadium, and all the help that's around you. So it was it was a really good time in my career.
And the club that you spent the most time with is Rotherham United. 4 seasons there, 2 promotions. So that was a very, very successful period in your career.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I say, I dropped down to Rotherham, which was a little bit of a gamble at the time because I had a year left at Derby. Difficult start that I had at Rotherham, but it worked out in the end. And yeah, like you say, it was definitely probably the most enjoyable and the most time at a club that shaped my career.
You got a promotion from League 2 to League 1, and then another promotion the following year when you won on penalties against Leyton Orient, played at Wembley Stadium, which is every footballer's dream.
Yeah, no, like I say, I think the first year we were kind of not expected to get promoted, but we had a good budget and a new stadium, so we were always going to be up there. So we still had to do that in the first season, but I think second season to go get promoted again wasn't expected at all. But again, it was a really memorable time in my career. I finished off with a Wembley win on penalties.
And Tony Thompson was at Rotherham when you were there, who, as you see, is a pretty lively lad these days. But what was he like then?
Yeah, he's a good lad, Tony. He was a lot quieter back then, so yeah, he was only a kid at the time. I think he was only 19, 20 years old. So I've not seen him much since Rotherham, so it was good to catch up with him. And like you say, he's a bit louder now, so it's all good.
And your manager at Rotherham was Steve Evans, who's certainly a lively character. We've had one or two run-ins with both him and Paul Rayner here at Altrincham when he was manager of Crawley Town. But I'm guessing that you thought he was good because you joined him at Gillingham later in your career.
Yeah, that's it. Obviously, I had a lot of success with Steve, and he was massive in my career. You know, he believed in me from day one, basically, and I played non-stop for 3 years in a row, and we had a lot of success. So, yeah, I joined him at Gillingham again. It didn't quite work out the way that I hoped it would do, but again, he obviously believed in me to sign me a second time. So, yeah, I can't really knock him, to be honest, but he's been a big part of my career.
And take us through your career from Rotherham. You moved to Fulham after that.
Yeah, it gets a bit mad after the Rotherham days. So I was signed for Fulham for a season. Well, I was there for a season, and then joined Ipswich on loan and Preston after that. And had a couple of loan moves when I was at Preston before I went to Gillingham.
And you've been on loan at Tranmere, and then you went to Morecambe ultimately, both of whom I think got promoted in the seasons that you were there. Yeah,
the Tranmere one was another memorable day at Wembley. I think we scored in the last kick of the game, 120th minute, I think it was. So, yeah, and we won 1-0 that day, so that was great. And I was on the bench when we played Newport for Morecambe, literally in May. So, again, another great day and good times.
You haven't played in the National League. What are you expecting?
From what I've heard, it's obviously an up-and-coming league every year. So it's I think they're bridging the gap between League Two and the National League, from what I've heard. So yeah, it's probably going to be similar to League Two. It's going to be intense, and it's going to be a lot of fighting to win games, but that's what you get in every league, I guess. So yeah, it'll be interesting to play in.
And how did the move to Altrincham come about?
So I spoke to the gaffer not long ago, start of July, I think it was, and we had a quick chat. Had a little bit of interest from league clubs, but I just felt that, like I said earlier, that the style of play and the football that you guys here are trying to achieve was massive for me, especially because I hadn't really played a great deal last season. So for me, it's just about playing football and enjoying it again, I guess.
The National League certainly has a reputation of being a very strong physical league, and we're probably a little bit different to a number of the clubs. We're certainly not typical, but hopefully we can turn that to our advantage this season.
Yeah, I think, like I say, it doesn't matter what league you're in. Every league's physical, but I think it's important, the style and the way teams try and play football, which, if done correctly, then there's no reason why you can't have success. So I'm guessing it's going to be the same this year. If we play football and we've got a method to what we're trying to do, then I'm sure we can do well.
And have you got any objectives for the upcoming season?
No, I think for me personally, like I say, it's just getting back to playing football and enjoying playing football. The last 2 years has been a bit stop-start for me and a bit frustrating. So that was the main reason that I wanted to come here and like I say, just play as much football as I can.
And first game less than 3 weeks away now, and it's against a team that you were on loan to when you were at Derby, I think it was, Torquay United. Yeah,
it's been a long time since I was down there. I think I was only there 22 days when I was on loan, so they went on to have a successful season that year. So, but no, I think it's changed quite a lot since I was there. So it'll be interesting to see what it's like now.
So that's the thoughts of Ben Pringle, Altrincham's latest signing, joining for the 21-22 season, and we hope you have a great time here.
Cheers, thank you.